there's certain expectations society has created about how men should treat women. And if you follow these rules, which you probably do because most guys do, women are always going to see you as the nice guy and they're not going to fully respect you. Because unfortunately, life does not actually operate and work like a Hollywood movie. Now to switch this up a little bit, Julia's here. She doesn't know the rules yet, but as I break down each rule, she's gonna get a chance to react and either validate or challenge it.
This should be interesting.
Now, before we hop in, I wanted to let you know that the ultimate men's health supplement, Gains Club Greens Plus Test, is finally back in stock. Rule number 1, treat her as your equal. So we're taught that we should treat women as an equal partner, right? It should be a 50-50 partnership. That's the rule that most men follow, but you definitely should not.
I'm curious where you're gonna go with this because like I want to be treated as an equal and I want to be respected and have the same respect. So I'm curious.
So what I'm saying is do not treat her as an equal, treat her as a woman. So for example, there's one guy in my coaching program and recently he was dating a girl. This is after like 1 or 2 months of dating. And he set up these plans where they were going to go on this like winery tour and then go to the beach after. And he said, come to my house at this time. And then the day before she was like, hey, how about you actually come to my place this time since I went to yours last weekend? And what he did was he treated her like an equal partner. And he said, okay, yeah, sure, I'll just do that. And what ultimately happened was about a month later, not only because of this, but because of other things like this, she lost interest, lost attraction, and dumped him. He shouldn't have treated her like an equal partner. He should have treated her like, I'm the man, you're the woman, I'm going to lead. You know what? Let's just stick with my plan. I got a great day planned. Come over at this time. That would have maintained the polarity there. This is the reason that for most of y'all relationships, when it gets 6 months in, all of a sudden it feels like you're hanging out with your friend instead of with your girlfriend, and then you lose all of the sexual tension in the bedroom and things start to feel stale. And most people just like accept that's how it's supposed to be and live with it.
Yeah, well, when you put it that way, that makes sense. Like you want to keep that masculine and feminine energy or things are just going to get really stale.
You're saying that, but most women don't want to submit to a man. And a lot of guys out there are afraid to even try and lead like this because they're afraid women are going to hate it.
Yeah, but I think that women hear the word lead and they feel like,
you can't do this, you can't do this, I'm gonna control us, I'm gonna say how it is.
But if you just do it properly, women are just gonna follow.
I mean, I think there's gonna be some women who probably are really hard-headed and don't follow, but I will say if you approach it more from a mindset of, look, I'm the man, you're the woman, I lead, you follow, I got us, rather than like,
no, you gotta do what I say because I'm too insecure that I don't think you're gonna actually do it.
It's gonna go a lot better. Rule number 2, treat her like she's special. You ain't special.
Well, I mean, I think you want to treat her like she's special, but not like put her on a pedestal and think she's like the best thing since sliced bread. But I think you want to have that spark with her.
Girls want to feel like they're special, but when you make them feel like they're special, they don't respect you. And I think this goes back to Hollywood movies because that's always the same plot, right? The guy simps for the girl, he treats her like she's special, then she ignores him for a while, but at the end, she chooses him, and they live happily ever after. Too many guys are doing this and not living happily ever after.
No, I agree with that. But I also think that like if you're in a relationship with a girl, she wants to feel that you're only interested in her and like no one else. I don't know, like that
Women
way.
want to believe that, but it's not the reality. So the way you prevent this is you never give special treatment to a girl just because, oh, she's a friend of a friend, or because I met her at the gym, bro, or because we used to know each other back in the day and we met up again. So it's actually this really special connection. In college, there was this girl, Mary, and she was my best friend, my roommate. His girlfriend was her best friend, right? So we were always hanging around together. And because of that, I was like, I don't want to overstep the boundary, right? This is a special situation. I want to take it slow.
Because I'm sure she wants me to take it slow also.
What do you think happened?
Mary lost interest.
I actually did get a hand job from Mary, but then she lost interest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course, like you don't want to simp for a girl, like that's never going to work out. But I think what I was referring to is like when you're in a relationship with a girl, it's a little different.
The key is to have boundaries, strict boundaries. For example, if a girl flakes on a date once, maybe you give her a second chance, but the second time, she's always out. You always have strict boundaries for yourself because that way you can't trick yourself into thinking,
Well, I'll give her a third and a fourth and a fifth and a sixth chance because she's special.
and what's even scarier is if it actually works and the girl eventually agrees to date you and you guys start hanging out, because now you're entering this relationship from the ultimate point of weakness with the girl who knows she can get away with whatever she wants. And you've already trained her that, look, I'm going to walk on eggshells and I'm never going to do anything to upset you or cross a boundary because you're special, and I wouldn't do that. Like, even if you get the girl from simping, it's going to be even worse for you.
She's never going to respect you.
Now, really quick, if you are struggling with women and you really want to get this part of your life sorted, I want to let you know that I am here to help with my Beast Dating Coaching Program.
Yeah, so before joining the program, I had nobody. I had nothing. There was no significant other in my life. There was nobody. And now I have multiple a week who don't want to stop texting me. So
I've been seeing this girl for about a couple months now, and then things are getting more serious. When you find someone that you have a deeper connection with, and then who also reciprocates, it just, I don't really know how to describe it.
Over the past few years, we've helped hundreds of men just like this to develop the skill of being able to attract the type of girl that they want. Not just like, oh, I got lucky and I got it once. No, they're able to repeatedly do it even if their situation changes. Not only do the guys in the program get access to a step-by-step blueprint that shows them everything from how to get over approach anxiety, how to set up the date properly, what to do on the first date so she actually wants to go on a second date with you. On top of that, they also get 5 live video coaching calls with myself and the other coaches we've brought on board every single week, so we're able to personally help all of them work past whatever obstacle or challenge they're facing. Anyway, you can go to beastcoaching.com or click the first link in the description to learn more, see more testimonials, and apply now. Rule number 3 that you should not follow: you gotta have good game. So this one's a bit of a change up, might not be what you were expecting, but whenever we picture the ladies' man, or you picture the Hollywood movies where it's the ladies' man, it's someone who's really smooth with his words, right? He knows exactly the right thing to say at the right time, and his words just turn the girl on.
I don't know where you're going with this. I'm curious.
Well, from my experience, this causes us to put a lot of pressure on ourselves that when we talk to a girl, we got to say the right words or else we're going to be fucked and she's not going to be interested in us. And for what I've found living in the real world for almost 34 years now is that's not how it works. And the guys with the hottest girls, it's not because they're the ladies' man who's smooth with their words. Usually the guy who we think of as a player is a guy who has not much going on in the rest of his life and he invests all of his time into meeting and sleeping with women. And if you have a friend like that, ask yourself, is he actually getting the types of girls that I'd want? Because almost always I find these guys get they sleep with a lot of girls, but like a lot of average looking girls.
From a girl's perspective, usually when we have options, the guy that's like loud and obnoxious and like talking to everybody usually comes off as extremely creepy.
Yeah, for me, what's been the most effective has been focusing not on the words I'm saying, but just taking action and making the move at the right time. Obviously, leveling up our life, getting a better body in the gym, dressing better, making more money, those things will unlock access to a higher tier of women usually. But even more important than that is just being the guy who makes the move. If you see a girl you like, going and talking to her. Maybe you slip up on your words and mess it up, but the communication, actions speak louder than words, and that's for women as well. You were the guy who came up and asked if she wanted to hang out. Maybe you didn't perfectly like neg her and do like the push-pull and the DHV in the perfect way to make yourself look like a boss.
And spin her around.
Definitely old pickup artist move. But a lot of times from my experience, it actually makes us come off as more confident and just more straightforward and less bullshit. Rule number 4, just be yourself. Just be yourself, bro.
I do not agree with this one.
This is the number 1 piece of advice that women give men. If you ask like your female friend or your sister, what should I do with this girl? I really like her. Oh, just be yourself, bro. It'll work. Why do girls do this?
I think that it's because they want to, like in reality, it sounds like a nice thing, right? Like just be yourself. It's all going to work out. Don't worry about it. But it's not like really good advice.
Well, it's not advice. It sounds good, but what does it even mean? It's like, no, I was actually going to go over there in like a costume and pretend like I was Uncle Sam or some shit. You know, what was I gonna do? If anything, it's just an excuse to go in without a plan and treat her like you would treat anyone else. Just be yourself. And then you end up treating her like a friend, and then that goes back to the equal partner thing. You go in the friend zone.
But I'm so sick of guys saying,
I'm not gonna change myself for a girl. I'm just gonna act like myself, and if she doesn't like me, she can leave.
Yeah, this is something that butthurt guys say who've had some bad experiences with women. And to be fair, I've been there before. I think most of us have been there in the current dating market. And it's not about changing yourself for women. It's just about changing how you move with women and understanding how they work and adjusting your game plan accordingly. If you're obsessed with the Matrix movies, you can still be passionate about that and talk about that. Maybe don't wear one of like the graphic t-shirts from the movie though.
No, I see this happening all the time. Like guys want to like just wear their style that they've worn in high school and don't really want to change, but girls are judging you based on what you're wearing. Like you look less attractive if you're wearing a Matrix t-shirt.
Well, the good news for all of y'all is that next Monday, November 20th, the Edge Black Friday sale goes live. This is going to be insane, up to 50% off the entire website, and that includes new items and popular items that we're restocking, like the denim Sherpa jacket. This just gives you that bold masculine look. Also, our brand new logo hoodie is finally dropping. My personal favorite joggers, the Tech Performance joggers, will be stocked up, and we're bringing a new mocha colorway into the mix. Also, our premium denim jeans and the normal fits with the knee rip or the more relaxed fit are all coming back. This is gonna be the perfect opportunity to take your whole wardrobe to the next level. Now, on Black Friday, things always sell out extremely quickly, especially if you want a specific item. So I'm gonna hook you guys up who are the loyal followers. If you click the link in the description, you're gonna get early access to shop the sale and actually maybe even get an increased discount versus everyone else so you can get exactly what you want. Rule number 5 that you should definitely not follow: be in touch with your feelings. A real man can share his emotions with a woman. A real man doesn't bottle up all of that toxic masculinity.
I think this one's a little twofold because I think there's a time and place where men should talk about their feelings. Suicide rates for men are through the roof. There needs to be a place where men feel safe to be able to share that kind of thing.
The suicide rates for men are through the roof because they're not telling women enough about their feelings. But continue.
But you're saying bottling it up. I'm saying like men shouldn't feel that they need to bottle up their emotions. They should have a place that they can feel safe to talk about it. However, you don't want to be that guy that's like,
Oh my gosh, babe, I'm this, I feel like this.
really hyper emotional, because that's not attractive to women.
Yes, I think we can all accept women are more emotional than men. Some people maybe don't want to accept that, but that is why it's important to be the leader in the relationship. And when things are a bit rocky, not necessarily between you, but maybe there's an extra stressor in your life, or you're traveling, or you're moving, or she got some bad news from her family, you want to be the one who's able to be like the rock that's able to say, hey, it's all good, I got us, I'm gonna figure this out, it's not a big deal. If you're emotional all the time,
And oh my God, this is really anxious. I'm not sure how I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the next day.
do you think that woman's gonna have her need for like stability and protection satisfied? How is she gonna feel safe in that relationship?
No, she's gonna feel extremely anxious, and it's gonna be like an anxious relationship.
Yes, so of course, communicate when there's an issue, or if there's something deeply wrong in your life that you haven't told her about, tell her about it in a calm way, but don't be emotional and just sharing every little feeling you have unless you want to dry them all up.
I feel like girls say this when they feel like they can't understand a man, like when he's mysterious and she's like, does he like me, does he not? Like she has to say like, I just like wish you opened up more to me and like told me how you're really feeling.
There's a common thread here, and that's the women like to say things that sound nice, but they don't mean anything. Or maybe they're slightly manipulative with this last one. But women just like to say things that sound nice, even if there's not like some concrete game plan or reasoning behind
Maybe
it.
it's like a shit test. Like they're just seeing how you're gonna handle it. They're like, oh, is he really gonna open up and become a simp? Or is he gonna handle it like a man and tell me no?
No, they want to know if the guy's into him, but then when they get the confirmation,
They're like, out. Bye, Felicia.
yeah. Now, look, something else that most men don't understand is how dating apps work. Most men think that dating apps don't work, which is why I recommend you watch this video next. We'll show you how to enter that top 10% of men on dating apps to get all of the matches. So click there to watch that now, and I will talk to all of y'all in the next video.
Stay
Beastly.